Welcome to Queer Becoming's Beyond Survival. This is a space where we break up with just making it through and ask, what else is possible? I'm Allison, one of your hosts, along with Alex and Elliot. We are three queer, trans-mass, multi-ethnic people with different backgrounds and lived experiences coming together not because we've arrived, but because we've fallen in love with becoming. The ongoing process of developing, shifting, and expanding into something that didn't fully exist before. We found that becoming isn't a finish line you cross once and pose beside. There's no end and no middle. It's messy, challenging, and to tell you the truth, sometimes it's just flat out heartbreaking. But we are three little queers out here in the world, willing to have our hearts broken to discover what it means to be in love with life. Actually, scratch that. Alex, Elliot, and I are committed to being in love with our lives as queer people, not in spite of what's going on in today's world, but in the midst of it. For so many of us in the queer community, survival has been the baseline, the minimum requirement. The things we've been telling ourselves should be enough. But let's be honest, barely making it isn't working. Not when we carry this much brilliance, not when we have souls made of possibility, not when we have this much to offer, not only to each other, but to the world. So this podcast is an invitation, a call forward, a place where we ask, what does it look like to live beyond survival? In each episode, we'll explore that question together. To expand the conversation, we'll be bringing in guests to share their own becomings, the areas in life where they were convinced it was going to go a certain way, but instead chose to live life to the fullest. You'll get a front row seat to conversations between us through the messy, honest, sometimes joyful, sometimes heavy realities of our lives. We'll dive into specific areas like work, identity, family, friendships, spirituality, relationships, and well-being. And we'll ask the hard questions. This isn't about having the answers. It's about sharing our journeys as we build them together in real time. In the first episode, Alex, Elliot, and I share about some of the areas of our lives where we've personally had breakthroughs. All three of us had these moments where everything looked perfect on the outside, but on the inside, we were struggling with depression, ADHD, and what we would come to find were fundamental beliefs we had about ourselves that we didn't realize we had. We go through the process of uncovering some of those things, and of course, what completing or ending those stories has opened up for us now, like Alex moving to Spain, Elliot completing his welding certificate, and me having this incredible relationship with my dad that I thought was impossible. In episode 2, you'll hear about a reimagined queer family that emerges from unconditional love between ex-partners. These queer moms discover what it means to love one another through their divorce, co-parenting along with their new partners, and now even vacationing together. And in episode 3, you'll hear a striking story from a Black gay man who came out in 1997 after having been closeted in active military service during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. He'll share what it was like to come out to his very religious parents, to move cities, and to ultimately find the love of his life. So look, if surviving is exhausting you, if surviving is getting old, if you're curious about what might exist on the other side of just getting through, you're in the right place. Let's begin.